Anyway, without further ado, Hannah Bacon, thank you. The infinitely patient and very kind and understanding Hannah Bacon. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I am so much better today than I was yesterday. I went for my walk. I've got
Yeah.
have you seen the episode of Bluey where something's up with Bandit and he like has to ball his feelings up
E-
and throw them?
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, my
Stickbird.
version of
Is it Stickbird? No.
it's something to do with the stick. Yeah, it's Stickbird. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Stickbird. Yep.
And
Iconic.
my version of that is just going for a walk and like listening to music or something and just doing. And then by the time I get home, I'm like, okay, we're cool. But yeah, I'm great today because we are live and everything's. I've got all these green lights pointing at me that the internet is working. So yeah, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I gotta say, you were super chill. Like, given that you had all the red lights flashing at you yesterday, you're like, yeah, I'm not sure if it's working at the moment. Like, you held it together from my point
Okay.
of view. So,
I appreciate that. I guarantee inside things were totally on fire.
you had the internal red flashing lights going on.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Okay, cool. Well, look, I know we don't have a ton of time. We've got lots to cover today. So maybe for those who aren't familiar with you, should we jump in, share your screen and get stuck into it?
Yeah. Let's have a look. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, looks great.
So, Double Hannah, this is me. I'm a freelance graphic designer. I had kids and then I became a freelancer and I loved it. So I just kind of stuck with it. I do a lot of branding stuff, bold, colorful, fun. I literally can't help myself. So I feel like we've done this a thousand times. Like, I just work for myself. I'm based in Newcastle as well. I'm going to talk about a new project that I briefly touched on yesterday before YouTube rudely interrupted. Um, and that's for the Green Kitchen, which is like a meal delivery service in Arizona in the US. And it was just like such a fun project to work on. I love when I get to use like textures and stuff. And the last stream that we did, we looked at Rizzo textures in Photoshop.
Awesome.
And so that's where that idea kind of came from, was I was using lots of Rizzo textures created in Illustrator for this brand. And of course I got permission to share it. So this is the logo. We just wanted something that was really fun. Geography is not my strong point, but I believe they're really close to the border of Mexico. And there was like that slight Mexican inspired street typography going on there, but not leading too heavily into it. We have lots of illustrated elements as well. Yesterday we were going to talk about icons. So we got some icons in there too, fun color palette. Yeah, just lots of texture and fun elements that can be used on Instagram, in social media, because that's, the world we live in now.
Those are
And
cool.
I've got
Those are
some,
great. Those little animations.
yeah, do you know what? If you don't look at them too closely, they don't loop perfectly, but I just put that together really quickly in Adobe Express because I was like, I need to get this project on my website. Like, otherwise you just never do it when you wait for the perfect time. So
Totally.
yeah, I just put it together in Adobe Express and saved it out as a GIF. And yeah, I think I saved it out as a video and then converted to a GIF. Like, Express is so good. Yeah, so put together the brand guidelines for the project, which we'll look at really quickly because today we're talking about brand kits, everything that we supply to clients for handover, file handover essentially. We got those brand icons there. We're going to go ahead and create some smaller versions of icons for a different brand that I've put together. But essentially we'll be talking about like, how are we going to use this in the real world? So
Nice. That's really cool. Actually, I had a really quick question. I've got a question.
Sure.
Yay! Chat's working, stream's working, everything's great. The question is the norm now that clients let you share the development of the work?
that's a good question. I guess I asked permission and I didn't specifically show anything from their project. I've got in the contract that I'm able to use the project for advertising marketing purposes for myself.
Yeah.
I would say it's a client by client basis. Like, if it's a sensitive project or maybe they don't want their competitors to know what it's like before the brand launch,
Right.
I'd probably err on the side of, if I was sharing something, it would be a generic version of that. So we did some Rizzo style illustrations, not the Rizzo style illustrations that I was doing for this brand, but very similar technique. Yeah, so, but I guess it depends on the client. If they're happy for you to share the process, then like lots of people document the process, right? And share that.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Great.
Okay, so let's jump into this bit here. So what I wanted to basically show is Um, we kind of this is how I provide the files anyway. So I've got like on my end a version of all the folders structured like this, and I think this is a hangover from when I worked in the studio. And then I provide the files to them in, so FA stands for final artwork. So I provide it to them in this kind of section. So I've got all of their assets. I think I completely do overkill, but again, from working in a studio, I'm like, I need to provide every single thing in the world so that they don't come back and they're like, I needed this and I need it tomorrow and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So
and I can see everything's like clearly labeled, like it's not your shorthand. Like FA is clearly your own shorthand, right?
Yeah, but then we've got...
This is very clear. These are your icons, these are your illustrations.
Yeah. And I worked in a print shop as well in Melbourne, and like we were really customer facing. So you'd have people come in off the street who absolutely don't know anything about design. They want to print a multiple page saddle stitch booklet, like how do they set up the pages and stuff. And when you're quoting people, especially around print, because it's more expensive, you have to be super clear. Like you have to be so clear, otherwise they're going to be like, I'm not paying for that. So maybe that's from where it is as well. But yeah,
These
definitely
are really good habits to have, by the way. Like
yeah, definitely
really useful stuff. Yeah.
And I've got like in here, and do you know what? I've just realized it's like saying how much I quoted for the project, which I typically feel like I wouldn't share, but now we're sharing it.
I guess. There it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Google AI.
That's incredible. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh. Google AI is like sharing your like IP because we're
my finances.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible. There you go.
It'd be like, do you want me to show you your tax return? Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. So this I've got this saved as a file setup folder that I copy and paste into every new client. On my end, and then I upload onto, I just find it easy to share with Google Drive, but you know, whatever your preferred sharing method is. Yeah, and so file supply, and that was because we kind of supplied some stuff and then there were some changes after the fact and then we supplied it again. Yeah, so basically I just wanted to go through like what it is I was actually supplying to them. So you're probably familiar with the brand guideline concept. Basically it's like a rule book of how to use the brand, and in it you include kind of all of these assets. So we've got the logo set up in different ways, alternate logos. This is actually a combination of like two concepts. I know people don't love that. I usually do like 2 to 3 logo concepts, just because I feel like the logo is hard to nail. So that's just logo concepts, like individual logos. And then I do one concept for the brand identity. So, and I make sure that the logo concepts, any of them could be applied to the brand identity. That's just the way I find, easier. Although sometimes it is like when you do the mock-ups, when you're presenting the brand, you have to show it without the logo because you're not sure which one they're going to pick yet. That's probably like the biggest stumbling block. But I just feel like this seems to work best for me. Clear space. Okay, so how do we supply this to the client in a way that allows them to actually use all their fonts, for example, and their brand icons and these little elements, like these are the illustrations as well that have the Rizzo texture. Cool. So we're going for like a 1950s style, but making it work with the rest of the brand, which was like, we had a few goes at this. It was interesting, but it was super fun. Patterns. How is it applied on social media? How am I providing them those assets for social media as well? That's the GIFs, but obviously there's no animated GIFs inside this PDF. And then just showing them how it's used as an example. And all of these social media templates I actually build out in, obviously my preferred platform is Adobe Express, but sometimes clients come to me and they're using existing other programs and we just stick with what they're comfortable using. So I will build it out in that kind of alternative program that they want to use. But I will then supply that to them and a brand kit hopefully in Adobe Express, where they have that type hierarchy and stuff and the use of the backgrounds, just so they get a sense of, okay, this is how I'm actually using it. And then some other mock-ups in here. Yeah, so that's kind of like,
some of these mock-ups, just really quick, like if you go back just a couple, if I could, like I think maybe the leather apron, like is Like, how are you doing these? Are they all a bit different, or are they templates, or, you know, are they like Photoshop mockups that you've paid for? Are they free, but you know, that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question, especially now when we're living in a world where you can create your own mockups in Photoshop.
Yeah.
So this is, I think I got this from Mockup, Mr. Mockup. And this one is completely AI generated in Photoshop. So to me, it stands out like a lot. And I just flag it with my clients like, hey, there's some AI images. If they're not sitting right with you, we can go back and do a couple of different ones. Yeah. I've also in the past taken images of my clients, if they don't have existing brand photography, used the AI function in Photoshop and generated some like photos to use within the branding mockups. Like for websites and presentations and stuff, so they can get a sense of, okay, what would work, what would I actually want to do for my brand photography. And I always just say, look, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. This is what it looks like. If you don't like it, I will take it out. Like, just let me know how you're feeling about it, because it's a bit like uncanny valley. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
So, yeah. But so far, everyone I like have worked with, they're like, oh, I'm obsessed with ChatGPT. Like, I can't stop using it, kind of thing. So.
Yeah.
They're all really chill.
Construction. I was watching the Super Bowl with him because we do that every year, and he's built all he's in construction and he's built all these chatbots to help him out with emails and everything, so he can do everything on his phone. He's like, as far as I was aware, the most technophobe dude in the world, but he's like, no, I spent all this time setting it up so I don't have to do it, and I was so impressed. I was like, wow, incredible. So it's super interesting how people are using this stuff, right? Yeah,
because there's no rule book. Like, I don't know if they're teaching it at unis at the moment, but it's so fresh, it's so new. You kind of just have to, I don't know, get informed consent from everyone involved that they're comfortable with you using it and go from there. That's my approach. Like, just be really transparent. Do you want to play guess if it's AI or not?
Sure. Yeah. Ready to go. Okay. I'm gonna guess AI.
Yeah, that's AI, definitely.
Cool. Those I feel like they're too neat.
Yeah, and it's like the text is like low key janky, but it did a really good job considering like all of that text. What about that one?
Real mock-up.
Yeah, that's real.
Cool. All right, let's go. Two
that
from
one?
two. AI.
Yes, AI. How can you tell? Is it like too?
I think it's the fault. Generally, I think it's just mostly a feeling. I think at this stage, that's a little like your initial kind of thing. But I think if I think more about it, maybe I feel like it's more when it's a bit too perfect, a bit too smooth. It hasn't quite got that. Like if you go and you watch like a 3D tutorial, any 3D artists out there, like the amount of imperfections they need to put in to make something look realistic is incredible. Yeah. They spend so much time putting dust and scratches and mapping things over the top and textures and what is it, the UV mapping and all that sort of stuff. We've done some live streams on it. It's so impressive. And they're like, this is tip of the iceberg. We'll spend days like trying to and so I think that's what a big part of what's missing. It's just a bit too perfect.
Yeah, you get a sense of it. It'll be scary when you can't tell. Like I feel like it's good that you can kind of, well, at least like AI or not AI.
That's going to be AI.
This is partially AI. It's an existing mock-up, and then it's got AI elements added, like heaps more plants and stuff.
Right? Because
that's
a monstera being on a wall, that's my plants. So I'd be like, I don't think you'd have a monstera coming out like that. So cool. All right.
This one?
Ooh. I'd love to do this with chat. I know it's just me doing it, but there's like a 40-second delay, so we'd end up being here all day. So I'm just gonna. Why don't we leave that for chat? We'll come back.
Okay, to it. That's good.
You guys in chat, let us know, so it's not just all me. So that one, you make your decision now and just throw it in chat.
I'll be interested to.
Cool. I like this game.
Okay, so moving on, and I can't wait for the big reveal at the end. This is a one-page brand guideline. So my client actually found me because I sell a template on Creative Market, and she was like, I just want this branding that I had as a mock-up in that template. And funnily enough, this didn't really end up at all similar to the template mock-up. I want this, and I bought it, and I was going to do it myself. And then I thought, I'm just going to contact the person that sold it and see if they can do it for me. And it turned into like a really fun project. So I knew she was like really dead set on the one-page brand guidelines as well. As a designer, I'm like, I don't need that. Like, I want the full comprehensive set. But I think clients actually really like a one-page brand guideline. And there's heaps of different options out there. Like not trying to spruik my own template, but there's just a ton of different options out there. I'm sure there's some templates on Adobe Express as well to use. So again, it's like quite a long PDF, and the idea is it's just one page and you can scroll through it. We've got the color codes, we've got the fonts. We don't have anything like accessibility or how to use certain elements. And then we've got these mock-ups, which just capture the look and feel of the brand. Like we just want it fresh, punchy, textural, with that pink and that blue really working hard, and those fun little elements in there. So, nice. Yeah, and just a little like blurb on the side there. So, and she really enjoyed that. She didn't care at all about the comprehensive brand guidelines. She was just like, give me the one page.
That's cool. Yeah, that's super interesting. A lot of people that I work with as well, like at Adobe, like it's one pager. It's like, hey, like here's all this information. Here's what's coming. Here's what's happened. Like even like a big event like Max, it's like, cool. I love that you submitted this full deck with all the data. It's like, give me a snapshot. Like I need one page that I can look at and go, okay, put as much information as you can on there, just the important stuff. And then I'll save the detailed deck somewhere in a folder that I'll never open again.
It's like the expert's mindset as well. It's like what you have all the background information, you know what's important in here. But for someone who's not a designer, they're like, okay, well, I've got 700 different versions of like the text hierarchy and like these colors and stuff. And I just want to, copy the color code. That's all I care about. Like all this stuff. I mean, I feel like that's essential, whether or not people read it. That's up to them. But all this stuff about space around, a lot of the time people are just kind of eyeballing it. You know, that's when you set up the templates, you kind of got that built in. But it's good practice to provide all of that kind of stuff. And also in this one, you can get the nuts and bolts of the brand strategy. And we did like a mini brand strategy in there. So just like imagine if they're passing on the brand guidelines to somebody else, the brand's grown. And
it's kind of for like another designer, right? It's kind of like you can come back to like the foundation of why the logo looks like this and the social media assets look like this and everything.
That's nailed it. All right, so given that, I'm just going to shut Acrobat and we will jump into, okay, so we can refer back to here if anyone's got any questions with like what sort of files and stuff are being saved where, and but I think we should just actually jump into some ridiculous branding now. This is not a real brand. AI or real mock-up?
I'm gonna go with AI on this one.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't find a dog holding a card specifically with the velvet like corduroy background. So like, I wonder if I can make one.
Very specific. By the way, Damani and I both thought that it was AI, that other one before. That was kind of the vote.
Yeah, okay. It's actually a mock-up with an AI background.
That's what's throwing a little bit, I think, because you see a little bit of AI, you're like, oh, okay, maybe the whole thing is AI.
Yeah, you don't trust it, which is probably good. Like, it's probably a good default to have, right?
Yeah, and Dino said the washi tape looks cool. So yeah, that tape, I didn't know what washi tape was. I quickly looked it up, so I didn't seem like a fool, and now I've admitted it. But the tape looked really cool, so I thought so too.
Yeah, and that's a mock-up. So you can, like, the level of, I think that was just from Creative Market as well. So we've got a brand for a luxury dog day spa. Ridiculous. And we've got some assets like a logo. We've got some illustration. So just got like a little sub mark. Again, like a monogram almost. Yeah. Okay. Good question. AI or real?
Did someone do a photo shoot like this, or did someone type something into something in 2026? I'm going to go with AI, and I'm feeling pretty comfortable.
You're wrong, actually. No, you're right. You're completely right.
That'd be great. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I actually rented a studio and found some dogs, and I now have 3 more dogs in my life.
Right? Yeah, that's why you have so many dogs.
That's it. So I just like, I find it takes me a long time to get the style of the image right, especially when you do a classic client. Like, I don't know what I want, but I know when I see it. But we got there in the end with this like really 80s editorial, high contrast. And sometimes I'll like jump onto a different AI platform online just to try to refine my prompts a little bit and be like, I like this. I don't know how to explain it properly because in Photoshop, obviously, it's not like responding to what you're saying. You can't be like, oh, how do I make it more like this? And so eventually we got there, but yeah, I feel like this is like a vibe. I'm here for it. And then I used these, and this is what I really like about AI is you can take this, which is obviously generated, and turn it into something which is a hand created element for the brand. And you're using a reference. So for those out there that aren't naturally fantastic at proportions like myself, it's really cool to be like, I have an idea of a pug on a chair with sunglasses on, wearing like a bathrobe and a towel, and how am I going to find the references for that, and how am I going to make it work? I just don't know. Yeah, I just make a reference and use the reference. So yeah, we've got these images that we can save out for our brand as well. Some color versions, bit of pattern here, so we can go ahead and create some pattern if we want to do that, but I don't think we'll get to that point. And then these are our illustrations. And so I've got like a pretty cool trick that we can go over if we get time. I feel like we might not, but these are actually like, you can edit the color in Photoshop. I mean in Illustrator, even though they're PNGs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if we get time, we can kind of.
And is that background the same color as the foreground on the icons, or is that transparent?
What do you mean? Yeah, like, it's a PNG. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. But is the color, that tan color that is also the background, is that the same color as the inside of that PNG, or is the inside of the PNG clear? Does that make sense? That's clear.
Yeah. So it's a transparent background in the PNG. Yep, that image, and then using a mask, you're able to like apply a color to it. Yeah. So you can do a similar thing with
it. I can see that it's transparent.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
That's pretty neat. Yeah.
So we can definitely come back to that. But I guess the first thing we'll do is like export a logo.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right.
What's your process? Because there's lots of ways to do this right now.
Yeah.
These days. It's
and
one of those things.
Yeah. It's kind of intimidating as well. So let's go like stock standard. We're doing white, we're doing black. And then like maybe we'll do like the orange. So I pretty much like, I guess I've never been taught like an absolute standard, like you need to save it out at 2000 pixels or whatever. It's just kind of depending on the widest proportion of the logo. I tend to go to like 1000 pixels wide. Never had any issues. And you're often saving out as an EPS SVG anyway, which are vectors, so they're scalable. So we've got white there, and this is an RGB file. We'll do black. And this one is the orange. And I've got a feeling, no, not yet. I'm just going to copy this over. But at this point, we would have already saved our color palettes out. We'd be using them in Adobe libraries and stuff. So, all right, we've got our 3 logos. And then for each of these logos, I'm just going to, I've got the artboard tool, and I'm just clicking on it as long as it's grouped. And then kind of creating the artboard around that, just so I can see what I'm doing. And then we're kind of creating that clear space around it. I don't know how like essential this is, but this is just what I was taught to do. So we're going, all right, we like the size of that H. And this is so that when you like maybe place this next to another logo or have some decorative elements around it, you know that this is the space that you need to maintain so that the logo is legible. And so what I'm going to do is, all right, we can see there's like an overshoot on this O, even though this doesn't go all the way to the edge. So we're going to leave the artboard the size it is for now. Create a box. Remove the stroke. And I feel like that looks a little big. I might go like the size of the E. So I just did Command Y to get to outline mode. Okay, cool. And that's a good reminder to make sure that we don't have all of these like overlapping disjointed shapes in there. So I will use my Pathfinder to just unite everything.
And sorry, why did you do that? The unite?
Just so we don't, like, we're not exporting something that has a bit that, I mean, in what world? But you never know. Someone is, you know, using the logo and accidentally they've used the white selection arrow at some point. And it's also kind of to stop people being able to do this, to move the logo around too much.
Yeah.
But it's just nice to have it completely tidied up so that that's not an option.
Cool. I like it. Yeah, just curious.
So, and I'm using the outline mode, which helps us just see where those overlaps are. And like that's sitting really nicely, but we could do more work to this where we actually unite that and then curve that out if that works, or yeah, just check like little things. I mean, this is like really high level, like supplying a logo to a business that is like really cares about design. Like if you were supplying a logo to another design agency, I guess, you'd be going in and checking that you don't have extra anchor points and making sure that nothing's doubled up or anything like that. Like everything is perfect.
Yeah, cool. Like that.
Unite that again. And then I'll copy and then Shift Command B, paste in place. I didn't actually need to paste that in place then. I think I got ahead of myself then. Paste in place. And then, so I've got these two boxes and what I'm doing is just using those.
Clever. God, I'm so dumb.
Yeah.
I would do 4 boxes and then do it. It's so funny. It's just such a simple step, but because I'm such a big fan, I know exactly what you're doing. I do this all the time with just any really design. And I often feel like as I'm doing it, I often feel there must be a better way to do this, but this is just the way that I do it. And I understand spacing. I'll do exactly this kind of thing, no matter what it is. I'll be like, cool, that's my square. And I'll keep that off the canvas. I'm like, whenever there's a gap or a distance, I'll do this first, or a half version of this, right? Or a double version. So it has this mathematical kind of purpose.
Which is, again, it's like covering all your bases, right? Like it's not the wrong way to do it. And I've probably had someone standing over my shoulder going, why are you doing it that way? Do it this way. And you're like, okay, I'll do it.
There are dozens of us, I swear.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got our logo on our artboard. What are we doing? This box around it, that's our clear space. But how are we going to maintain that when we export? And the trick is to have this box here, which is an actual box, but I've removed the fill and the stroke. And now we're going to group those two things together. Just checking again that that's a RGB black, because CMYK black is obviously different to RGB black, and that's something you need to check if you go, okay, I've got my RGB file, I'll just change the color profile. You actually need to update all of the color, like black color throughout the document as well, because it won't be CMYK black. It will be CMYK, but it won't be CMYK black.
Yeah.
So
it'll look right on the screen, but when you go to print,
exactly.
You're in trouble. Yeah.
So using the artboard tool again, I'm actually just going to delete that artboard, come out to the bigger one and click on that. So that is actually a shape there. And we've got that clear space around it. I would really love to know if this is what other people do, because I don't know, this is just like I was taught to do it. And so I didn't really question it too much.
And just to decode it, just to make sure that I'm understanding what you've done, you've basically created an invisible bounding box. So when you export this as a PNG and you give it to a client, then they're going to have an invisible bounding box. It's not going to be white. It'll be whatever the background color is. So if you made a square, for example, you could say, this is for Instagram. And is Instagram square or are we circles now? I can't remember. We're circles, aren't we? You could do, me too. I was just like, oh my God. Let's use TikTok, because I know TikTok's a circle, right? Like if you were giving the client a logo for TikTok, it's in a perfect circle. You could set it up so that it looks great in a circle, but obviously the file is always going to be a square or a rectangle.
Yeah. You know what? I've never thought of that. That's really, that's a good tip.
You could do the same thing for a circle. Yeah. Yeah. I just think it's interesting. Like, I don't think I've seen it exactly this way. But it really does. I hate to say this, and I'm absolutely not calling any of my clients an idiot, but it does idiot proof it a little bit. That you go, this is going to work.
Yeah.
It's going to look great.
Yeah.
It's perfectly aligned. It's just use this one.
Yeah. Drop it in,
Instagram.
and you can go butt it right up to the edge of it. Like if we take this. Yeah. Or I mean, I think like that Instagram, that's such a good idea. I'm going to be doing that for the project I'm currently working on. So,
cool. Let me know how it works
so we can
out. That's
see
great.
how, we've just maintained that. Okay, so I just copied that artboard because we've set it up. So may as well just use the same instead of setting it up multiple times. And then jumping over here. Same thing with this orange color. Like if this was a real brand, I would have gone to, at this point, Officeworks. I'm like on the way to buying a printer. I'm just so sick of it. We were talking about going to Bunnings when you're renovating. This is like Officeworks is my Bunnings right now. So I've like printed out, this is for a project I'm working on, my colors, and I'm just kind of comparing them. Like I'm trying to get a fluoro yellow, and this one is the CMYK converted, which I was sure was going to print better. And this is just the straight up RGB converted to CMYK without messing around with it. Right. And I'm like, I think the top one's more fluoro because obviously paying for spot colors, like I don't want to force anyone to do that. Yeah. So when you swap this to CMYK, you'd be then checking that your color codes are correct.
That's when your client has money to burn. Like they're just like, hey, the budget was 10 grand. We've got an extra 2 grand left over. You're like, you could throw a foil in, like right at the end of the printing.
Do you want a neon core for your business card? Which we're like, and I suggested that for this project. And then I was like, you know what? We could also paint the edges. Like we could hand paint them. It's fine. Like, don't worry. So because it's like
that was such a thing for designers' business cards for a long time. Was the thick card and the painted edges. That was, so trendy.
Do you have a business card? Do you have like a designer business card, or you're like digital?
God, no. I have one in my top drawer. Oh my God, I might even be able to find it.
Yes.
I'll see if I can find it in a sec. But that is very. It's not bad. It's just very minimal. It's like pretty much just my name.
Painted edges.
And, but I've just
white on white
because
no,
it's not great. Now I'm gonna have to find it. Aren't I? I'll see if I can find it in a minute.
All right, I'll walk through the exporting the logos because I feel like I'm just burning time, and I'm sorry, but
we digress.
Okay, so I've got our logo. So what I'm going to do is add it, as long as it's grouped, add it to my asset export, which is like in window asset export, I think. And it's just a tool that I've pulled up and it lives on my sidebar. I'm going to add it in. Oh yeah, that's right. So if these are grouped, great. You can like literally select all of them. I'm just going to get rid of that one for now. And so that would bring in every single one that I've selected, which is not what I want.
Right.
This one here, you just click it. So you could have like, and I do export my logos in every single color option of the color palette.
Right.
Yeah, like it's a lot. My client was like, wow, I've got like 1,000 files here. And I was like, and it's like closer to 3,000, but whatever. Don't like, because I just feel like covering all my bases. Like they can walk away from me and feel good that they have more than what they need. They've got exactly what they paid for. But it's also really quick to do it this way. The only thing is like naming is like black. Let's go primary. But it might be like black, primary, stacked or whatever. And then I'm copy pasting. This just becomes like really automatic. Does it? Really automatic when you're just doing it like with logos and stuff. And like you have to go back and check, and so it takes a little bit of time, but we're happy here. And so another amazing thing, like say we're exporting for digital, we've got our types that we're exporting. So we go PNG. You can even scale it up. If you're like it's 1,000, but they've actually said this is not big enough, you can just take the exact same artboards because they're all vector and go, okay, I want it twice as big or whatever. So, or specify what we're looking for here. We're going to add scale, and let's say we want to export it also as an SVG.
Yep. So it's like primarily for web. It's a different vector-based thing for those that may not know.
And then we will select the ones we would like to export. And we'll hit export down here. And we'll go, oh, here we go. FA folder down the bottom. And so I would have like a new folder called, oh, I think I just opened the folder then. That's show in Finder. I'll get there, I promise. I know what I'm doing, right? I go logos, and then we go new folder, and I say RGB, and then in brackets to make it easier for the client, digital.
Yeah.
And then I would probably have another folder if it was necessary, depending on how many types of logos. Like the brand I just went over, we had a primary logo, but we also had an alternative secondary logo. So it was like separated out into those types of things. So we've got in our RGB, digital, choose. It's just going to export them all. And if we come up to here, head into logos, RGB. So next to that would be like CMYK print. This is the PNG. It comes up as 1 times because that's how big we made it. And then we've got our SVG version.
Nice.
So
cool.
that's
got that invisible buffer around them.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So that really helps them. And so I guess it's like a question of, well, what context are they using it in? You could provide it without it if they're asking, because like maybe if they're doing like really wide scale printing or something like that, it's not, you want less space around it proportionally.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're kind of like running out of time. So I'm going to go ahead and show you kind of the next step is I would be working with a library. So like this is a current brand I'm working on, and I've just got the color palette exposed. These are like the fluoro colors and stuff. Nothing's finalized, but it's just so easy to work between programs and stuff. And so I would actually be working with a library for the project from the get-go. And then when I'm finished, I would tidy up that library. So we'll go the health and create. And so now when we want to add our logos to the libraries, we can either grab the entire thing, hit the plus down here, and add as a graphic, which is like just thinking about it. And then when we're designing, say, like a flyer or a business card, did you find your business card?
Oh, I haven't looked for it.
Oh,
okay. 1 sec. I'll be gone.
Yeah, we can just like drop it in from the libraries, pulling it in, pulling it across, and then you're good to go. It acts like a PNG, so you can't actually edit it from here, but if you do want to edit it, you can double click into that artwork that lives inside the libraries. I don't know if you can hear the dogs now. They're like barking up a storm. It's not the pug, I swear. And it is editable if you double click into it. But something else I really like to do when I work with clients who are using Adobe Express is I like to head into the Creative Cloud app, head to Files, Your Libraries. So it should now pop up, except it's all in alphabetical order, which is going to complete. Here we go. And using this little plus icon here, I'm going to upload a file, because when you drag it in an Adobe program, it comes in more as like a PNG almost. But when you are uploading straight to the library in the Creative Cloud app, so we go FA logos, you can actually upload it as an SVG. And the reason I like doing that is because when you're creating the brand kit in Adobe Express, those SVGs are way sharper. So you can kind of, they can use it for a wide format printing design if that's what they're doing in Adobe Express, and you won't be getting the pixelation. Also, I've got the name there.
Compared to a PNG, do you mean?
Yeah, so when you use that in Adobe Express, it gets a bit chunky. At least last time I uploaded it. So what we can do is jump into Express. We can create a new brand. Oh, extract brand from... I did not know you could do that, so that's pretty cool.
That looks new. I don't think I've seen that before.
We'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Just thinking... It should be... Yeah, your stuff. So it actually should be here. Let's see. Libraries.
Sometimes
here we go.
the library sync takes a minute, I've found. Oh, no, there it is. That's all good. Nice.
Yeah, okay. So if I'm like uploading from here, let's like create a new post or something. Your stuff. Here we go. Libraries. We won't create a... Oh, okay. It's just asking me to like upload. So this artwork one, because it's like when you drag it in, and we'll see if it's like, this is a pretty straightforward, but in the past, yeah, especially with, I mean, maybe I'm just wrong now. Like we've all moved on.
You can see it a bit more when you zoom in.
Yeah. So, and like me being, you know, a bit of a perfectionist, I like that it can be crisp, like it's an SVG, so we can maintain that. Let me double click on that.
And just as well, there's a bit of a lossless thing happening when you're using vector. So like, because if it's a SVG and it's somewhere that supports it, it's lossless. So it's not losing any data. But I think you'll definitely get a little bit of loss if you upload a PNG or a JPEG and then save it as a PNG or JPEG and then do that constantly. It's like when you ever see like a GIF or a meme that's been shared like 8,000 times, someone screenshotted it, downloaded
it's like
it,
actually crunchy.
It actually loses data over time.
It has texture. Right.
Yeah. It starts getting that like different whites like in the background, like it looks like almost a pixelated paper texture. So that's definitely a thing. So whenever you can, this is probably not surprising, but Hannah's using best practice workflow here, like by uploading an SVG.
We'll see, because I feel like we zoomed in on that and it was a little bit like grainy. But this is the other advantage to using... Oh, whoops. I don't know if you can hear them now. They're really working hard to get into the stream, I think.
No, I think if I squint my ears, if that's a thing, I could probably hear them a little bit, but no, it's all good.
They've got some hot tips. Okay. You should be able to recolor an SVG. So let's just, for example, upload an SVG because, so go into here. There we go. Sorry for making that like thinking noise directly into the microphone then. Here we go. Okay, so we've got an SVG up to 2 colors. This is, so we've got the clear color, but I think up to don't quote me, up to 2, but maybe 5. You can actually recolor. Whereas if you uploaded the PNG, it's definitely possible to recolor, but you have to go through the filters and stuff. Here it's just like acts like a vector where you can put in any color you want, which is really handy as well. But I'm really keen to explore that feature where you can create a brand by uploading it. Like, I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah, that was interesting. It's a funny thing with Express. You can kind of open it yesterday and it'll be a bit different to the next day because it's like kind of pushing different features out and different workflows and stuff. So
on your toes.
Yeah. Okay,
so we've got like 5 minutes left. So maybe unless anyone has anything in particular, we can go through in 5 minutes.
I'm going to show my super quick business card. You ready?
Okay.
I've got to cover up my mobile number. I'll keep my email address there. Where are we? Talking heads. So where are we? So can I do it? It's going to be too blurry. Oh, my camera is not autofocus, so it's not going to work. But it's just my name and stuff in the middle. It's so boring. But I do have, if you can see it a little bit, it is colored edges. So I've got this
what color?
Orangey. That's like an orange or something. I don't know. Yellowy orange. But and nothing on the back because it's cheaper. But it did come in a little box.
Yeah, that always.
Box, so that's why they've survived. At the distillery, which is still around.
Really? I've never heard of them.
Ever heard of them?
No.
The distillery, it's a fancy printing shop. What are they called?
Right.
I'm sure you know.
I'm going to check it out.
I'll share it in chat if anyone wants to check it out. They're really cool.
I'm going to paste in the PNG. So I guess this is like less to do with like brand kits, but it's really handy for like recoloring assets. You can do it in Photoshop with the like hue, saturation, colorize feature. But also this is just like super handy. So we'll not do this one. Let's drop this one in.
I love this dog.
It's so cute, isn't it? I'm like, the ears are everything. And so what we're doing, oh, that doesn't help us much, does it? What we're doing is we're creating a box that goes over the top of that. We just want to cover everything. And you could be really, really specific with it and tighten it up so that you're not getting any of that extra bounding box unless you want it. Okay, so I'm going to bring that to the top. Oh, I don't actually need to do that. So what we're going to do is copy the image and then delete it. Then we're going to make this black. That's really important, that it's just the black, default black. Then we will head into transparency, and with our black shape selected, we haven't moved it at all. We're going to make mask, click into the mask and invert the mask.
Oh, yeah.
Then I'm going to, and this is why it's really important not to move that black shape. I'm going to go Shift, Option, Command. Oh, I think I just pasted it everywhere. Maybe. Shift, Command V, paste in place. You can just go Edit, Paste in place if that was like the worst way of describing that. And yeah, I just use like the InDesign. And then you need to click out of the mask. I'm like racing against the clock. And then you can use the color to recolor it.
Oh, awesome.
That's it. Yeah, we got there.
Cool. Yeah, we do only have 1 minute left, but you did that super quick. But that was really cool. I kind of want to clip that little bit and rewatch it again. That's amazing. So thank you so much. We're gonna have to wrap up super quick because we do have Sophie. So everyone watching, stick around. Sophie's here in 10 minutes, but we need to take a break to set everything up. But that was awesome, Hannah. Thank you so much. That was really cool.
Oh, that was super fun. Sorry, I didn't like cover that much about brand kits, but I feel like we had a really good chat. So
I think so too. And that's the good thing about live. Like we plan all this sort of stuff, but then, we kind of get stuck into, a particular topic, or there's something that you do all the time that's like, wow, that's super interesting. Like the bounding box is just really great. Like I know Dark Hours in chat was saying that's, brand new to them. And, there's a couple of comments in chat about that being super interesting. So it's just amazing. So thank you so much. And I think we're going to try and do a live stream next week as well to pick up the one that you've already prepared. So watch this space. But Hannah, thank you so much for joining us on Adobe Live.
Awesome. I'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye everyone. We'll see you back in 10 minutes with Sophie.